Hello and welcome to Tea Time, where we bring you the biggest entertainment stories. But this morning, it's not business as usual, as we'll be having we'll be having studio guests, not just one. I'm Tokunbo Taiwo, and I'm here with a tremendous crew. Ife Oshunkeye is not in today, so he's been replaced by the other Ife Omowunmi, and of course Elsie Godwin. Hi guys.
Hello.
So, good morning. The biggest event this weekend.
Idris Elba's wedding.
Idris Elba's wedding. Oh, good heavens. Yes, stunning.
Absolutely.
Yes, Elsie wants to, she can't wait to dish out one part, the most interesting part.
But the interesting part for me is the fact that the video performed.
Exactly, that was the most interesting part. That was the highlight.
And he was really looking good. I loved his shoes.
His energy as well was amazing.
And he showed everyone that
and
they
I
were
think
red
Idris
souls.
also matched his energy. Like they were all on the dance floor and it was fun. But yeah, that's the wedding.
Did you also notice how like Idris was almost dancing like a Nigerian guy?
Of course.
It was like all swagged out. Like
and apparently this was meant to be like a surprise for his for the bride to be, because
really?
Apparently I think she's a fan of Davido, so he like organized it, and then he spoke to someone. He was like, keep it a secret, you know, she must not know until the day, you know, so it was like a complete pleasant surprise.
That's a good one for Davido too.
Yes, 3-day wedding is like
I think the location too was also really good, like the Morocco theme,
Marrakesh, you know, so
that was really good. She looked amazing. She did.
She's a beauty queen naturally. You know, so I think she won Miss Vancouver in like 2004. 2004. So
she's in her 30s, right?
No, she's 29. Or I think she'll be 30 this year. Yes.
I hope they put in the same efforts they put in this wedding, in the marriage. I mean, he doesn't need to divorce
I was going to
anymore.
say, because like this is the third marriage. And I was going to say, because you know, people who actually have married once or twice, you know, they don't have that much of an elaborate wedding on their third or fourth.
Maybe it's because I think this is her first. So he wanted to make it special.
And make her happy as well, I would imagine, because
but
if someone who has gone,
your last.
I hope so. I hope it really works out for him, because
but
it would be too much.
did you notice that the kind of women, like their physique or how they look, they look alike. Like I think he has a type. He has a type. He has a spec.
So if you don't meet that criteria, that's
he's not
They're always like chocolate brown, tall as well. I really hope.
But I have to say, Sabrina actually drew a lot of negativity last year. I think it was last year when she attended the royal wedding.
Oh, the outfit.
The outfit was like dreadful, horrible. Just she didn't wear anything exciting at all. People backlashed her for that.
The thing I always get skeptical about when celebrities come out with a bad outfit, that sometimes I don't know if you should put it on the celebrity. They have a stylist and a big name to the brand. Like she was wearing, was it Prada or something, or Gucci? I think it was a Gucci outfit. So I would even think like, what is wrong with Gucci? Why would Gucci make?
But I mean, for me, I'm not going to put it all on the stylist, because no matter what you bring to me, whatever the name is, Prada, Gucci, if I'm not comfortable with it, I'm not wearing it.
She was obviously
comfortable.
She was comfortable, but something
is
telling me, I don't know if I should go 100% with it. Something just tells me that I think she didn't want to steal the show or be in the limelight, because
she stole it in a negative way.
There you go, there you go.
I feel like that kind of wedding.
She was thinking that no one would take notes, you know, that she just wanted to be like, you know, not too prominent.
If it was like a 5,000 guest thing, this is like the royal wedding. Everybody there were coming in there. You can't, she can't possibly think that she wanted to steal the show.
All right, guys, we need to go on a break. Yes, so when we go on this break, we have two guests that will be introducing. Yes, so we'll tell you who we have here on the show. After this quick break, we have two guests for you.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect them.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 they pay.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. And if you're just joining us on the program, we're about to introduce our studio guests. They're two Nollywood actresses, and if I may add, both of them are absolute eye candies. One of them is not just an award-winning actress, but is also a voiceover artist, a presenter, a model, and as far as she's concerned, she's the pearl of God's eye. Now, our second guest is not just an actress, but a producer as well. And as far as she's concerned, she believes her talents will make way for her. Their latest production is titled Zena, which we'll be talking about in a little bit. But with over 100,000 followers between the both of them on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Ijeoma Grace Agu and Omowunmi Dada. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you. What an introduction.
You liked your intro, or it was a bit too much? Oh, thank you very much.
It means that you guys have been around us.
So, where do we even start? Let's start with Zena itself. You know, who wants to tell us about what it's really about?
I mean, No.
You're the producer. You're the actress.
The producer?
Yes.
Husband wrote it.
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
That's
She's the voiceover artist.
But then your husband wrote it, so you should. Like, it's her
okay, so Ijeoma, all fingers are pointing to you. Tell us. It's not fair.
IJ.
Now I have to also describe the film.
IJ.
She has to raise money for the film. Isn't she the right person?
Okay.
Tell us when it was birthed.
Yes.
Zena, oh my God. When I got the treatment for Zena, precisely 2017 January, I said I want to make this film because it spoke about women empowerment, spoke about women warriors. It spoke to me at a point where it was time's up, things were happening, around the world. So Zena is a story about a cult of women who do not like men. I wonder why. I like man. Now, they hate men, but then they need men for procreation every other 20 years. So they kidnap them, and
okay,
and
yeah. Watch this space.
Yeah, it's actually a love story.
Okay.
Her character, Mahila, falls in love, which is
she the main character?
She is the. That's what I wanted to talk about. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Please, over to you.
You know what? Before we come to you, let me just quickly touch on one of the things that you said, or let me just get clarification, because it's a very strong storyline, you know, but I wanted to clarify, where was it really set? Somewhere in Africa or Nigeria as
Trust me,
a
when
whole?
we were also reading and doing pre-production, there was so much confusion because it was fantasy. She created the world.
Yes, fiction. Yes, it's fiction.
So for costume, we were like, is it outside clothes we want? We have Yoruba. Like, we had to create everything.
Okay, I understand that, but I still need to clarify.
We do not know the world. She created it.
But is it in Nigeria?
Exactly.
We have no idea.
Okay, but the writer...
Where was it shot?
Oh, it was shot here.
No, it was shot. No, that wasn't my question.
That's not his question.
Yes, exactly where it was. Because, you know, as writers...
Set in Africa.
Yes, that's what I wanted to clarify. Yeah, but I was like, if she even had... Because it's the lady that wrote it, isn't it? Yes.
Her name is Jennifer.
Jennifer, okay. So I was like...
Shout out to you, Jennifer.
Yes.
She's a
so I was like,
writer.
normally when people write, not just screenwriters, we have authors who write fiction, you know. Whenever you have like a setting, even if it's an imagination, at least it's set somewhere either in the universe or outside the universe or in the heavens or underneath the earth or in Wakanda. Exactly.
I remember at a point the director said, you know what, F it, sorry, I used the F for the word. F it, this is set in the universe. Oh yeah, let's create that universe.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's just say somewhere in Africa for anyone who is really confused or who's black. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I think it's high time we went to you. You know, because you're the main
actress.
Yes.
The main face of the movie.
So tell us about, you know, your character and, you know, how you fit in.
Well, from the very onset where she sent me the script, I was like, I love this. Yeah. It was different. It was a breath of fresh. It was very, very different. It was an opportunity to create a character that almost didn't exist.
Yeah.
Now, my character, Mahila, is so sweet.
Yes. I love her.
She is so sweet. She is that You know, that girl that has bubbles in her eyes, she doesn't want wahala. She's a happy-go-lucky. She's that very sweet girl that looks like an angel that drops from heaven.
Sorry, was that a pun you just used? The wahala and your character was Mahala?
Mahila.
Yeah, but voiceover artist.
Okay, all right, continue.
You know, she's just that very sweet person. And then there came a time, also she was perceived as the weakest of the clan, because you have like a generation of 20-year-olds at every point in time, because the women who do not like men kidnap men, like she said, and then they procreate, so every 20 years. So all the young people are like 20 years. So when they're up to 20, they go get their men as well and do the same thing. Do you understand?
To keep the clan going.
While they're growing up, they train them to become warriors. They train them to become very strong. In fact, most times they're stronger than the men that they capture. Hence why they can capture the men. Because all they do is wake up, worship Za, and then train. So they're like very strong. So Mahila is like the weakest link, you understand? And almost nobody believed she could capture a man. And then she did, and she falls in love, which she's not supposed to fall in love with, a seed man. We call them seed men. Yeah, she's supposed to fall in love with a seed man. And a lot of things happened. So how is she going to work around the fact that she's now in love, where she's not supposed to be in love? The whole community is against that. There are also some very spiritual angles to it.
Okay, let me just ask now. So you've explained who she is, you've given us a bit of a character, and you're so excited. What would you say?
And she's extremely naive. Oh my goodness, she's the most naive person ever.
Going off that, what would you say is the biggest comparison or similarities between your character and you as a person?
The thing is, when I get on set, I completely forget who Omowunmi Dada is, because Omowunmi Dada is boring. Like I totally forget her, and I become Mahila. I'm not naive. At least I'm still knowledgeable with a lot of things.
And you're stronger than Mahila.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm so much stronger than Mahila. Mahila is, even when you say, "Oh, this cup is blue," she'll say, "Oh, it's blue. What makes it blue?"
Yes, she's so
like there was a question she asked her mom. Ma, has any seed man kissed your breasts? Those kind of weird questions. That is, so Mahila is extremely different from me. But it was fun being her, getting into that space of naivety and almost forgetting any other thing exists other than the things that are primarily around her. Then of course she also had.
What did you learn playing that role?
What did I learn?
Playing the role.
About yourself, did you
not just about you, just the character? What did it teach you?
Love is true. Love is real. The truth is, love also is a choice, because sometimes it doesn't come easy. To love someone and to keep loving that person is a choice, because life might throw you a lot of challenges that will challenge that love you have for the person. And if you could care less, you would just let the love go. Love is a choice. It's a decision that regardless of all of these things that life might throw, that might challenge our love, I love you still. Okay. I will love you still. So I think if a lot of married people can do that and understand that love is a choice, regardless of your strengths and your weaknesses, because nobody's perfect. I choose to love you regardless. I think maybe.
All right. You know what? Maybe we can come back. All right. Well, before we talk more about that, let me come to you, Ijeoma, once again, because I know you were not just an actress in the movie, you were also producer. So how was it combining both roles during a single project?
And how long did it take you to get this hair back?
Oh,
yes, because I was going to ask, you shaved both sides of your hair?
We shot February last year.
Okay.
In between that time, I've gone red, black, white.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah, this was for
Ijeoma is not a huge fan of hair on her head.
By the way,
they say that I'm an actor, I'm an open, plain canvas, paint whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah, that's me.
Okay, so did you have to shave your hair for the role?
Yes.
Okay.
Were you nervous about that, or you were good to go?
She was so excited about it.
She doesn't love hair.
I love to become. I love to just become.
Sorry to cut it though, but like I can't remember for the life of me, but there was one actress that was told she had to scrape all of her hair at one point in time, and I think they had to pay her quite a lot of money. So did they have to?
For her.
Did they have to pay you a lot of money?
They never had to pay me.
She was the producer.
I know, but
But I've cut my hair for 6 films. They've never had to pay me. You people pay
anything
me.
extra?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So
maybe because you didn't push for it.
Because I think she had pushed for it.
I love what I do so much that I could care less for the money. I want the money, but I am more interested in that thing.
The art.
People bringing in.
Okay.
So sometimes I remember this money thing because you said it now.
Okay.
I do not remember.
Right. Okay. So back to my question. You know, were there any challenges combining the two roles together?
Yes, there is always. I don't want to be a producer, but however, to find work, to do work, to be able to give myself work, I've had to produce for the past 10 years. So I don't like it. I just want to be an actor.
Why don't you get someone else to do the production? Why you do the acting?
Okay, that's my fault because I'm also a
perfectionist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
will hire the person, but my hair will not be tricking inside. I have a company, it's a production company, and I'm the in-house producer. My husband is a director and the CEO of the company, Housewife Production.
I was going to say house.
So yes, I have to produce. Sometimes I get co-producers, I have associate producers, but I am still a very hands-on person, yes.
What about your husband? Does he get involved in your production? Like sometimes
he has no choice. He's the CEO. So there are days when he has to bring out extra money to add to production. It is
what I'm saying in terms of in terms of like the creative aspect, because like I'm like
it's a collaborative effort.
It is.
Yeah, because you see the reason where I'm going from is there are certain people who would be like, okay, I'm the CEO, you're the producer, you know, so I do your job, leave me out of it.
Yes, he's that person, but
he still
there are
wants in a while
times when, you know, I have to bring him in because we live in a patriarchal society.
Yeah.
And you're talking to maybe a male crew or a male actor, and I'm tiny. Sometimes I need him to bring his big shoulders and say, oh, you come and take them now, you're the guy.
Okay. Sorry, Elsie, can I just come to you there? Because she said something about patriarchal society.
No, I mean, I'm just going to ask, if you have such person on your set, do you realize this at the point where you cannot say, okay, leave my set?
I've had to say leave my set. I'm also a very, you can't bring that bullshit, sorry. Oops. My way. Yeah, you don't bring that. We're here to work. My husband, as a director, have had to take orders from me. So who are you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You know what? Why don't we, for the purposes of anyone watching right now, let's show them a brief clip. You know, a trailer of Zena. Yeah. So for anyone who hasn't seen it, you know, have a quick look and see what it's like.
Mother, you always take care of your sister. My healer always stay with me.
Sir!
Ma, has a sick man ever sucked your breast? My healer! Sigma, kneel!
Do you want to sound like that?
You didn't like it?
No! Sigman was soft and then hard and then Sigman injured me.
That made Zena pure and strong.
She knew everything. She lied to me. They lied to us.
Zah has chosen!
Zena! Hey!
Oh!
Zena!
When a Zena does to love a man. What a way to...
Well, looking at that trailer and what you have talked about on this show, I feel like the trailer didn't do justice to the movie, because it's just giving you the vibe of, oh, this women in a community gets to experience intercourse, let me put it that way. It doesn't show the power you talked about?
No, because I started with It's a Love Story. So we tried to move. You won't see any big major fight and push. No, it's not what it is. It's about how this naive girl, growing up in a strong female-dominated clan, decides to make another choice different from what she's been trained to,
So who wrote the story? Are you part of the...
No, I'm not a writer. Her name is Jennifer and Kemdelim and
Okay, let me come to your Omowunmi. There were a lot of big names in this movie, so how was it working with all of them? And, were there any surprises in terms of whoever put on, like, something that you were not expecting, whether positive or negative?
The funny thing was, most of the people on the project I had worked with before, and senior colleagues, and so it was really fun. Trust me, it was almost like a family. It was like a family because we were working. We filmed in Ekiti, and then Ekpe, in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
Nowhere. It was about 1 hour. 1 hour drive from Ekpe Road, Ekpe Village Road, into where we were filming. Wow. The village we shot, I think, had only about 2 houses. About 2-3 houses.
Because we were careful to also not. It's a clan of so you can't have so many houses, and they have to really be in the middle of nowhere.
How was it like to get that location?
It was very, very difficult. I think that was the most difficult thing I had to do in terms of everything. Yes, it was very.
Also, how long did the filming last for? Like
a month or years?
No, I wish. With how much?
Because of funds.
It was less than 15 days.
So also to buttress the fact that we were all one family, I remember there was a night.
It rained.
But how would you be one family in such environment?
Because you had to. There were snakes around you. So
I was going to talk about that because of the animals, like even the mosquitoes, let alone the reptiles.
Always having like those cranes.
Yes, it wasn't working, and we were always filming till 3-4 a.m.
Really?
And sometimes we had to move in a convoy because as a producer I wouldn't let anybody drive alone.
There was one night it rained crazy and we had to leave because we were done filming. So one of the actors had just come for the first time. Had just come for the first time, so she drove her car. She didn't know.
That the road was bad. So in her defense, she asked me, and I thought her car, because my car could do the road, so I thought her car could as well.
Okay, you've got a 4-wheel drive, haven't you?
Yes, but she didn't, and I was dumb.
So when we were leaving, when we were going, all of a sudden, her car got stuck in the sand.
In the middle of nowhere.
Everybody. It was raining crazy.
Now let me tell you, the producer was at the booth because we had to jump, and I kept saying, help. Open the door. I want to help her push the car. They all leveled me.
We had to push the car.
They were
lifting everything. It was a set that was one for all for one.
Yes, we're not going to leave
We only had each other. We only had each other. And majorly because we were so passionate and we were so much in love about the project, and also it had to be a success. So if there were any weak links at all, we were like, yo, you have to do this. Everybody was a props man. Everybody was doing makeup. Everybody was. Do you understand? Because like I said, art is a collaborative effort.
Okay.
So all right, sorry, we're running out. In fact,
just this last one. If I walk up to you to say, convince me to see this movie, what would you say?
You haven't seen anything like Zena before. Yeah.
I really hope for the best for the show.
Yeah, because I have to say, because when you look at a movie, you look at everything, the storyline, the plot, the cast, the costume, and I like the costume and the concepts behind the creative aspects.
It was designed by Ngozi Okaf of TNL Design. I have to give a
really
special...
your shout-out.
Yes, I need to do it because these people want from their heart. Not money, not just from the heart. And that's just...
How did you guys get Ireti on board?
Oh, we gave her a call. She read the script, and I remember the call. She said, I love this script. I really hope we. It's important when somebody says we. I really hope we make and money wasn't a problem. She showed up. She showed up. She was amongst those that was moving.
Amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so we haven't got much time left. When is this film actually coming out?
It's coming out May 3rd. Please watch it, please.
Where can we in all
cinemas or just
selected cinemas? But however, I'm a child of God. Other cinemas will ask for it. Yes, a lot of the.
So has the premiere taken place already?
No, it's not. I don't have money again.
There's no premiere?
This is the premiere. We're having
the premiere. Oh, well done. Everyone strike your pose. You're on the red carpet.
Yes, on the red carpet.
And on that note, that's precisely where we're going to wrap up on the show. We're back later next time, with a brand new episode of the program. But before I go, my thank yous as always go to my co-anchors, Lady Ife, Elsie, the entire production team, our group of stylists once again, Kudi's Empire and Liz Harrison, and of course our studio guests, Nollywood actresses Ijeoma, Grace Agu, and Omowunmi, Dada. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you for having us.
I'm Tokumbo Taiwo, and thanks for watching, and from all of us here, have yourself a wonderful morning.